Putin will never decide to use nuclear weapons, even not strategic, but even tactical, for a very simple reason. He is afraid to stay alone. If he does it, he will ruin the whole non-proliferation regime. And Putin's partner, China, is not interested in this.
Ukraine is desperate to use the most dangerous weapons it's been given by the West inside Russia, and it might have made a breakthrough with its allies. The Times reports this morning that Britain thinks that the US is likely to agree to Ukraine using long-range cruise missiles on targets on the territory of its enemy. In a show of support, the Foreign Secretary David Lammy and Secretary of State Antony Blinken will travel to Kyiv together this week. Joining us from Kyiv is Oleksandr Merezhko, Ukrainian MP and chair of the Committee on Foreign Policy. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting.
You're very welcome. There is some nervousness about using kind of long-range missiles, sending them into Russia. What difference do you think it would make to the war?
I'm sure that it will have a very important impact upon our defense capabilities, because we're talking not only about the war of attrition, we're talking also about asymmetric conflict. And to win in such a conflict, you need to use all your military capabilities, and you need to wage a war in the territory of the aggressor state. Because, you know, at the moment, Putin, he wanted all battles to be restrained in the territory of Ukraine. It is his plan. But as soon as we start offensive operations in the territory of Russia, Russia is taken aback and doesn't know what to do. So it brings peace closer. And from a military perspective, it's absolute necessity to be able to respond to the Russian attacks. Because, you know, Russia has this opportunity to shell, to bombard our cities from their territories, and we cannot hit back.
Yeah, well, so you say that if you hit Russia in Russia, deep into Russia, they'll be taken aback and they won't know what to do. The fear, of course, is that what they will do is that they'll respond by deploying nuclear weapons. I mean, that's always been the kind of shadow in the background, hasn't it?
No, absolutely not. I absolutely confident that this sort of Putin's or Kremlin's red line or nuclear escalation is nothing but a myth. I will explain why. Because Putin will never decide to use nuclear weapons, even not strategic, but even tactical, for a very simple reason. He is afraid to stay alone. If he does it, he will ruin the whole non-proliferation regime. And Putin's partner, China, is not interested in this. If he uses nuclear weapons, China will have to turn its back on Putin. And he understands this, he's afraid of this, and for this reason, he will not use it. And besides, to use nuclear weapons, it has always been taboo in foreign policy.
So why then? Why do you think then that America has held back so far on this? I mean, if we are to believe that there is going to be a change of mind, why do you think the Americans have not said that it's okay to use cruise missiles in Russia up till now?
It's hard to say, because America's approach has been sort of incremental and gradualistic, let me put it this way. So they provide weaponry to Ukraine and let's see what happens, because maybe someone in the administration still believes in Putin's red lines. But the Kursk operation has shown very vividly that there are no red lines. You know, it's absurd. So I hope U.S. policy will be more resolute.
Okay, and we're talking about America. We just had a presidential debate overnight. I don't know if you watched it. What do you think about the two candidates that there are? Who will be better for Ukraine?
Oh, well, the truth is that we cannot predict who will win these elections. And to me, it's a strength of democracy when result is absolutely unpredictable. And we're ready to work with any president, he or she. For us, it doesn't matter. I believe that right now, both candidates, they are mostly preoccupied with their goal to win elections. And they don't have clear-cut plan or strategy with regard to Ukraine. This strategy will emerge only after elections are over and when we have a new president.
Well, Donald Trump has said that he could fix this all in a day or a week. I can't remember, but it was a very, very short period of time. Presumably, well, I mean, do you believe that?
Well, to me, it's a rhetoric, election rhetoric. It's kind of natural for a candidate to use such rhetoric, but I doubt about this because, the whole issue is too complicated, and there is only one way to solve this issue is to defeat Russia. But no matter who becomes the president, he will have to deal with realities, with objective reality. And he will have, or she will have to proceed from this reality.
Okay, so we've got David Lammy and Antony Blinken travelling to Kyiv, where you are right now this week. What have you heard? Do you think that this is going to happen? Finally, you'll be allowed to use American cruise missiles in Russia?
Well, first of all, it's extremely important visit because we haven't had such a visit of both foreign ministers of the US and the UK for more than 10 years. So we're entering rather difficult period. I'm talking about winter because Russia continues to destroy our critical infrastructure. And to us, this visit is important, and we hope that finally they will bring the good news, not only in terms of military aid, but also in terms of lifting this ban on the use of Western weaponry in the territory of the aggressor state. We are very hopeful about this visit and look forward to host both foreign ministers.
Right. Well, thank you very much for talking to us. That's Oleksandr Merezhko, Ukrainian MP and chair of the Committee on Foreign Policy. He's speaking to us from Kyiv.
Will you lift restrictions on the use of long-range weapons by Ukraine?
We're working that out right now.
Well, David, thank you so very much. Thank you for the incredibly warm hospitality. Thank you for hitting this job at a full sprint because you've been going all out from day one. And given the multiplicity and complexity of challenges that we're dealing with, I'm personally, and the United States more generally, is grateful for that. You, the Prime Minister, the entire team. And to your point, I think what makes the relationship genuinely special, and I would even say essential, is that we are working hand in hand on all of the issues that matter most to our people, that are having the biggest effect on their lives, as well as people around the world because of the impact that our two countries have well beyond our own borders and beyond our own shores. For us, the UK is the indispensable partner when it comes to the very issues that David was talking about, whether it's dealing with the Russian aggression against Ukraine, whether it's dealing with the conflict in the Middle East, whether it's dealing with the challenge posed by China, and so many transnational issues that have no respect for borders and that have a profound impact on the lives of people around the world. So we couldn't be more grateful for this partnership, for the energy that David, the Prime Minister, have put into it. But I think the merit of what we're doing with the strategic dialogue is to make sure, as always, that we are fully focused and fully aligned on the North Stars. And the day in, day out work that then follows is critical, but making sure that we are fully aligned strategically really is where it all starts. And so I'm very enthusiastic about this process. We have our senior teams meeting together, working together. I'm here today. Deputy Secretary Campbell will be here tomorrow, and we will carry out the work of making sure that our strategies are aligned and then doing the work every single day. I can't think of two governments, two countries, where we have more daily, sometimes hourly, communication on everything that matters, but making sure that we have the strategic framework for that is vitally important, and I'm so glad we're doing it. Thank you. Thank you.
We're good to be back. Thank you. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yes, sir. Good to see you. How are you? Good to see you. Good morning. How are you? Good to see you. Very good to be back. Thank you. Oh, I always debate that.
Нумерація